Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks. And yes, it's just a good old-fashioned replay, some fun in the AMX Chaffee, the Tier 6 Premium French tank. It's got an autoloader, it's got really terrible matchmaking. You can see Tier 9s and I think even Tier 10s. So a lot of fun to be had in this tank, and hopefully that'll be part of what's in store for us in this replay. In the AMX Chaffee, in your light tanks, can't always be a damage dealer. Sometimes you got to play the support role and do some spotting, and that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try and get ourselves into some positions to spot the enemy tanks, get some assistance damage, stay alive. It only takes 1 or 2 hits from tanks at Tier 8 to take you out. So we're going to try and stay alive till the late game, and then you can use your speed, your mobility to harass the enemy, get some damage in on those tanks that are much bigger and badder than you, but when they're isolated, you can use your speed to kind of make them look a little silly and get some damage in. So that's the goal. We'll see how it works out. We're in an encounter battle on Siegfried Line, and this is kind of an interesting map and variant because it's got the capture point, the single flag, out here in the field. Typically, the major fighting goes on in the town, and usually the encounter map has the flag over there as well. So it's kind of a different feeling when the flag's over here. That lets me spot and try to prevent the enemy from rushing and capping early, while the heavies can go duke it out and fight in the town, in the corridors, on their corners, and then hopefully we can have a long battle here where I'll hold down this spot by spotting for the tank destroyers behind me, and the heavies can hopefully win the town, and we'll have ourselves a win. But we'll see how it goes. So far we've lit up a couple of tanks in the enemy team, and shot selection is something you want to be cautious of in a tank like the AMX Chaffee, because 9 times out of 10 you're shooting at a tank like the Tiger II, heavily armored. You're not going to penetrate, and all you're going to do is get spotted and give your position away. So I thought because there was another bush between the Tiger II and me that I wouldn't get spotted, so I took a couple shots at the side of the turret thinking maybe I'd go through, but a bit of a silly decision. It's long range, not accurate enough to hit that, and even the one that did not penetrate, and I got spotted for my trouble. So we pull back, drop off the radar, and then we're going to try and use these bushes on the flanks of this little bunker just to keep poking out, keep the enemy lit up, prevent them from pushing and getting too close to us and from getting into the cap. So I had some really good support there. A lot of the enemies on this flank got taken out, so I'm going to push up. Nothing was getting spotted. I didn't feel like I was contributing to the team. So I advanced to the first bunker, and then I decide, screw it, let's get really aggressive. The scores are good, it's 5-1. Let's really push up here and get some pressure on the enemy tanks. I do have 3 tank destroyers behind me. They're dishing out the punishment, so I want to keep rewarding them for that by lighting up targets when I can. Here we've got one in front of us. I think it's a T-29 Tier 7 American heavy tank, and he's lit up, and we got some artillery support, and boom, that guy gets melted by a couple of big hits from some big caliber guns. Now we've got a French heavy in front of us. Now we have to be careful. Autoloader on that tank, and he certainly doesn't even need a full clip to get rid of me. So we're going to poke, see if we can put one in. Oh, a cheeky little shot there. That was nice. And yes, my allies on the far west there do have shots into these guys. So we're just getting some tasty spotting damage here. Looks like there's 2, maybe 3 enemies all clustered here in this spot. So we're just going to keep them lit up, poke a little bit, try and not get hit in return, and just feast on all the assistance damage that we're going to get here. Try to poke out there, see if I can put a shot into the lower plate for the kill, but my allies have that locked down, no problem. And now that they're taking so much fire from the other side, I think maybe I can sneak around here, and then, oh, light tanker's dream. Artillery in the open, scuttling for cover. We put 2 shots in, miss there, I've got 1 left. All right, take your time, dummy, slow down, aim, yes, there we go, right into the turret, and we get to take out the artillery. Feels good, feels so good. All right, so now we've just got a tank destroyer here, and then there might be a heavy tank, or did he get taken out? We do have the TD. TD gets destroyed, and I think that's it. Now just 2 heavy tanks left. One of them is the Liberty, the premium French tank, and I think he's up somewhere in there he is in the back corner of our base. And I thought he was on 3 kills there when I pulled up the team list. So competent player, knows what he's doing. But this is now we're on full health. We know we can take a hit. We want to try and get some damage done here and turn this good game into a great one. So we're gonna try and push back here, use our speed to be the first one to the fight, and then hopefully we can kind of circle of death the person there and put some shots in and not take too much damage in return. The Liberty's probably mobile enough where I'm not just gonna be able to circle them for free there. But we're going to see how it goes. So they're retreating into a corner, which is a smart move. I mean, they know they're going to die with the scores as ridiculous as they are, but this way they can't really get flanked, and they'll get to put in a couple of extra shots to try and beef their own damage and XP totals. But like I said, we can definitely take a hit, maybe 2 here, so we're going to go for it. Thankfully, we take that one in the tracks. We were angled nicely as the shot went in. Snap one shot off. Now I need to be careful. I don't want to blow my clip before I get there. But I'd really like to steal a kill here and get 2 kills in this match. We're going to crest the ridge. I know I'm going to take a hit. I try to angle the non-existent armor here. We put 2 shots in. They both bounce. And then I finally have his side and his rear, and the shot comes in and removes that last enemy. So no awarded sniper kill there at the end for me to vulture. But a really nice game supporting my team. And as we can see, the results in the post-battle hold up for that 5,665 assistance damage. Good enough for a first-class mastery badge. Good enough for a patrol duty. Some rare medals and damage and assistance totals there. I don't know if I've ever had a higher assistance total. Maybe once on a Malinovka or a Prokhorovka, but that's definitely one of my best. And it's a great tank for it. The AMX Chaffee. I don't know when it'll be for sale again. I think it's due pretty soon. Just a gut feeling. If it ever comes up, it is a lot of fun. I do recommend it as a purchase. You have a lot of fun when you're near top tier. You can kind of run around. It's got the auto loader that reloads quickly, and it's just so much fun to motor around the battlefield. And then in the end stages, you can kind of clean up some kills and vulture some damage on some big tanks that you have no business taking on in a fair fight. But when it's not a fair fight at the end of the battle, you can really have some fun at their expense. So we can see 1,738 base XP for that game. That's a really nice game for doing under 500 damage. But that's the power of the light tanks. You have some big guns behind you in some good positions. You provide some spotting, get some aggressive positions to do that, and it can turn out really well for you in terms of the rewards that you get. So we'll pull up the post-battle detailed results. We can see we fired just 13 shots. I mean, that's just over 2 clips. 9 of them hit and only 4 penetrations, and that's what you should expect with this tank, with most light tanks. Certainly not all, but that's the case with most. If you're shooting at tanks 2-3 tiers higher than you, your penetrations aren't going to be very good unless you've got the flat side or the rear of those tanks, and we were just spotting from the front. So not to be too surprised by those results, but great assistance damage, 5,665. Took home a nice 75,000 in silver because it's a premium tank, and we're facing a lot of higher enemies. So just an all-around fun battle. Playing the assistants, playing the helper there, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to Meat City for future content. See you next time.